Learn to master your emotions. Introduction. Life's only constant is change, and yet despite knowing this, we're rarely prepared for the upheaval it can bring. Transformation, while often essential for growth, tends to arrive with chaos in tow, leaving us craving a sense of calm as we navigate life's shifting stages. When life feels chaotic, or when we anticipate changes we're unsure of, it can rattle us emotionally. One of the most challenging responses to this upheaval is anxiety, a feeling that makes us feel like life is slipping from our grasp. While anxiety is a universal response to uncertainty, if left unmanaged, it can be overwhelming. Yet anxiety doesn't have to be a lifelong struggle. Mastering our emotions allows us to reduce and sometimes eliminate the anxiety we feel. Anxiety stems from emotions, and science tells us that an emotion's lifespan is only 90 seconds. By learning to express emotions fully, we prevent them from taking over and disrupting our lives. In this book, you'll dive into the emotional body and its intricate connections with your mind, body, and energy. Together, we'll explore well-researched insights to deepen your understanding of what you feel. More importantly, you'll find practical techniques to help you master your emotions and foster a life of peaceful resilience. This guide doesn't replace professional therapy or medical support. Rather, it's a complement to your journey, equipping you with knowledge and skills to embrace emotions in ways that enhance rather than hinder your quality of life. With openness and dedication to the exercises in this book, you'll not only cope with the surrounding chaos, you'll learn to thrive in the very presence of change. Chapter 1. The Emotional Body. Imagine the human being as a beautifully balanced triangle, with each side representing one of our essential aspects, the physical, mental, and emotional bodies. When each of these bodies is strong and stable, the triangle holds its shape effortlessly. But as soon as one of them falters, it disrupts the balance, creating internal conflicts that ripple out into our interactions with others. This book focuses on the emotional body, the most complex and challenging to understand, yet profoundly impactful on our well-being. While the physical body can be cared for through exercise and nutrition, and the mental body is honed through learning and growth, the emotional body is trickier. It governs our feelings, responses, and even our decision-making. Left unchecked, an imbalanced emotional body can lead us to make impulsive choices, trigger conflicts, and even affect our physical health. When our emotional body is neglected or burdened by unresolved feelings, we risk losing our inner harmony. This disharmony can manifest as anxiety, frustration, or an overall feeling of disconnect from ourselves and those around us. Imagine being in perfect physical health but feeling tangled in a web of emotional turbulence. It's a struggle that many face, often silently. Our emotions have a unique power. They can energize us, motivate us, or bring us to a standstill. When healthy, our emotional body becomes a source of creativity, resilience, and inner peace. But when clouded by doubt, fear, or limiting beliefs, it can keep us from living fully and realizing our potential. To begin understanding your own emotional health, consider where you stand. Are you someone who readily trusts yourself and your ability to shape your reality? Or do you often feel blocked by your own doubts, letting your desires and dreams fade into frustration? This book isn't just about understanding the emotional body. It's about empowering you to strengthen it, creating a foundation for inner peace and resilience that will support you through life's inevitable changes. In the pages ahead, you'll find insights to help you unlock the full potential of your emotional body. This journey will invite you to embrace your feelings, understand the patterns within your emotions, and cultivate a sense of balance that enhances your life. The emotional body's role is to help us grow, guiding us to recognize our inner power. Together, let's explore how you can connect with this power, harness it, and use it to build the peaceful, resilient life you deserve. Chapter 2. Research on Emotions. Emotions have intrigued humanity for centuries, sparking curiosity and study as early as the 3rd century with the Stoics. Stoic philosophy, which sought to understand human reactions, emphasized discerning between what is within our control and what is not. While the Stoics didn't focus exclusively on mastering emotions, they recognized the power in shaping one's response to life's events. This wisdom is gaining renewed popularity today as more people seek resilience and calm amidst chaos, not by ignoring emotions, but by learning to tame them. True stoicism is about finding stability within ourselves, allowing us to navigate life without letting emotions steer us off course. Modern research into emotions paints a fascinating picture, revealing a continuum that spans from fear on one end to love on the other. Emotions, it seems, operate on a spectrum. Love and joy emerge from alignment and connection, while fear and anger often signal inner tension or unresolved issues. This spectrum underscores the dual nature of emotions. They are signals meant to guide us, pushing us toward what nurtures us and alerting us to potential conflicts within. One remarkable discovery in neuroscience is the fleeting nature of emotions themselves. An emotion is an intense but short-lived physiological reaction, lasting only about 90 seconds. This is why, in moments of intense feeling, we can feel suddenly overwhelmed. The brain's limbic system, which processes these emotions, temporarily disconnects from the reflective neocortex. When this happens, we're in the grip of raw emotion, often unable to reason or see clearly. Yet, once that initial wave passes, we regain our capacity to think, adapt, and respond. However, emotions and feelings aren't the same. Emotions are primal, automatic reactions to our environment, a flash of energy mobilizing the body to act or retreat. Feelings, by contrast, are deeper, psychological states that evolve when we attach thoughts and memories to these emotions. A fleeting emotion like fear may dissipate in moments, but if we dwell on it, we develop a feeling like anxiety that can linger, shaping our perspective. The beauty of understanding this distinction lies in its potential to empower us. By recognizing when a feeling is merely an extension of an initial emotion, we can let go more easily, releasing what no longer serves us. In this chapter, we've begun to uncover the underlying mechanics of emotions. As we move forward, you'll learn about the mind's crucial role in interpreting these emotional signals and discover tools for navigating them with greater clarity and calm. Chapter 3: Your Mind and Its Impact on Emotions. If emotions are truly fleeting, then why do some of them linger in our hearts and minds for what feels like forever? The answer lies in understanding the difference between an emotion and a feeling. An emotion is a physical response, a flash of energy that moves through the body and dissipates quickly. But when the mind takes hold of that initial emotion, it morphs into something deeper, creating a feeling. This transformation is where pain, joy, anxiety, and other intense experiences take root, often lingering long after the original emotion has passed. Imagine an emotion as a spark, quick, sharp, and over in seconds. When the mind seizes that spark, however, it can ignite a fire that burns much longer. For example, if emotions like anger or fear aren't acknowledged and expressed, they don't simply vanish. Instead, they may gather and intensify, eventually emerging as feelings of anxiety, resentment, or sadness. Because feelings are mental constructs, they don't rely on any new external event to sustain them. They can settle in, replaying endlessly, and become part of our internal landscape. This persistence is why painful feelings can be so difficult to let go of. Unlike emotions that pass quickly, feelings grow stronger the more they are revisited. Each time we remember a painful moment, the feeling deepens, cementing itself further in our minds. In moments of anger or sadness, our mind anchors us in the past, pulling us away from the present and recreating the original emotional pain. This mental reliving is what makes it feel as though the pain lasts forever. The mind, while powerful, can work both for and against us. To free ourselves from this cycle, we must unravel the emotional and psychological knots we carry. The first step is acknowledging these feelings without judgment. By facing them honestly, we start to understand their roots and lessen their hold. In the following chapters, we will explore how to approach our emotions with acceptance and awareness, using the mind as a tool for healing rather than one that keeps us anchored in pain. Chapter 4: Embracing Your Emotions Through Awareness. Emotions are pure, raw reactions of the body, quick surges of energy without moral value or mental influence. They're neutral, primal responses meant to help us navigate the world. Fear signals danger, anger demands respect, joy celebrates moments of happiness. Yet society often labels emotions as either good or bad, leaving us prone to repression instead of expression. By censoring our emotions, we stifle the natural release our bodies need, trapping stress and tension that gradually accumulate and weigh us down. The way forward is simple but challenging. We must embrace our emotions fully. To let the energy of an emotion flow through us, we must first recognize it. However, many of us have learned strategies that block this natural process, whether through avoidance, reaction, or resistance. We distract ourselves by diving into social media or grabbing a snack, or we explode outwardly, venting our frustration only to feel guilt or shame later. Some of us suppress our emotions entirely, holding them down like a balloon underwater, requiring so much energy that eventually something inside us is bound to give way. These strategies might give temporary relief, but they fail in the long run. Avoided emotions linger, turning into chronic stress or even physical symptoms. To truly embrace our emotions, we need to become aware of them as they arise, paying attention to the subtle changes in our bodies. This practice is not complex, but does require presence. When an emotion arises, we step back and observe, letting ours feel without reacting, resisting, or distracting. We focus on our breathing, quiet our minds, and tune into the physicals of the emotion. Where do we feel it in our body? Is there warmth in our chest or a tightness in our stomach? Does it grow suddenly or simmer slowly? Observing each sensation without judgment brings us closer to the emotion, helping us understand it more deeply. In this moment of awareness, we allow ourselves to become curious. What color does this feeling carry? Is it sharp like a violin's screech or heavy like a double bass? Embracing these sensations lets the emotion complete its natural course, allowing us to release it fully. This practice of feeling our emotions in the body reconnects us to the raw experience without letting it control us, bringing us closer to a sense of inner peace. So next time an emotion arises, resist the urge to suppress or escape. Instead, observe it like a passing storm, intense but temporary, something you can experience without letting it take over. Chapter 5. Behaviors that influence your emotions. Not only do our emotions influence our behavior, but our behavior also influences our feelings. We make decisions every day based on our feelings, and the way we react can determine how our lives turn out. Contrary to popular belief, emotions frequently influence behavior rather than the other way around. Emotions are neutral by nature. Their power comes from how we respond to them. With the correct resources, we may learn to calmly examine our emotions and react intelligently instead of letting them control our every action. Imagine this. When you see anxiety beginning to sneak in, your first instinct is to hold on to what you know and stay in your comfort zone in order to escape change. For instance, if fear prevents you from going after a new career or making a significant life decision, it's your response to the fear that limits you, not the fear itself. You can make a decision that allows you to proceed in spite of your fear once you are able to identify that emotion without allowing it to dictate how you behave. You learn to take that step, even if it's a little scary when you act with awareness. All too frequently, when we experience uncomfortable feelings, we resort to self-destructive habits. We may get addicted, fixated on little details, or allow our stubbornness to impair our judgment. However, there is a more effective method for handling these emotional upheavals. We can pick healthier, more positive activities that help us respond rather than react if we are aware of these reactions. Conscious breathing is one of the easiest methods to assist in ending this cycle. A few deep, steady breaths might help you center yourself when your emotions are running high, allowing you to respond with consideration. Adopting this awareness-based technique changes not just how we feel, but also how we live our daily lives, mindfully, purposefully, and with empowerment. The most basic yet effective technique we have for controlling our emotions is breathing. Our breath acts as a direct conduit to help us focus and relax during intense periods, since emotions are inherently physical. Within minutes, we may change our mental state, alter our body's chemistry, and regain our equilibrium by paying attention to our breathing. Consider how terror makes our bodies react. Our muscles tense, our respiration quickens, our heart rushes, and everything in us gets ready to fight or run. Every emotion, including happiness, sorrow, rage, and surprise, alters our bodily state and produces a different breathing rhythm. Surprisingly, this relationship reciprocates. We can almost immediately affect our emotional and physical states by intentionally changing the way we breathe. We can take charge by using basic breathing methods. For example, deep breathing can help us regain our composure and reach a state of neutrality and steadiness. We can process feelings of fear or rage and release pent-up energy by breathing more quickly and intensely. A deep, intentional breath can be a lifesaver during stressful situations. Use your entire lung capacity as a starting point for deep breathing exercises. Breathe in deeply through your nose, feeling your ribcage spread, then your abdomen stretch outward, and finally, as your lungs fill completely, let your chest lift. Hold for a second, then release the breath in the other direction, letting the chest drop first, followed by the ribcage, and finally the abdomen. You are grounded by this deliberate full breath, which also infuses you with serenity and new vitality. Deep breathing can become automatic with practice, making it easier to control your emotions in day-to-day situations. To help you focus on the rhythm of your breathing instead of the feeling during high-stress situations, consider counting while you breathe. Inhale for 4 seconds, hold for 4, and exhale for 4. This easy technique helps you become calmer and more lucid by releasing you from the grasp of strong emotions. Although breathing is instinctive, it may be a transforming tool that helps us deal with emotions in a graceful and resilient way when done consciously. Chapter 6. Managing your emotions through breathing. Breathing is one of the most potent ways to affect our emotions, which are profoundly physical sensations. A simple breath can anchor us during intense emotional situations, assisting the body in processing and releasing emotions in real time. We all have the ability to breathe, and by intentionally using it, we may maintain equilibrium and serenity even when experiencing intense emotions. In addition to reflecting our emotional state, breathing actively influences it. For instance, when we experience dread, our breathing quickens, our heartbeat quickens, and our body gets ready to react. Every emotion, including happiness, tension, sadness, and rage, has an impact on our breathing patterns, and consequently, our overall physiological condition. The beautiful thing is that the opposite is also true. We can alter how we feel and calm our emotions by purposefully changing the way we breathe. We may profoundly affect our mental, emotional, and physical states by using basic breathing practices. For example, deep breathing can help you feel more stable and at peace again, while faster, more forceful breathing can help you let go of the tension that has been stored up from annoyance or anxiety. These methods assist us in transitioning from reaction to reflection by gently altering the chemistry of our bodies in a matter of minutes. Imagine your lungs are full when you practice deep breathing. Breathe in through your nostrils, then stretch your abdomen, spread your rib cage, and finally, raise your chest. The diaphragm is lowered by this deliberate, thorough inhale, which permits the lungs to fill fully. Hold for a second, then slowly release the breath from the chest, rib cage, and abdomen. Your energy and vigor are increased by this regular, full-body breath, which also builds a store of calm that you may use when you need it. To keep yourself grounded during stressful situations, count each breath. Take a 4-second breath, hold it for 4, and then release it for 4. The counting helps you stay focused and returns you to a state of peace and clarity. These methods will come naturally to you with practice, enabling you to confidently and easily control your emotions. Although breathing is spontaneous, it may be a very effective tool for resilience and emotional stability when we employ it consciously. Chapter 7. Techniques to feel at peace when life is chaotic. In the midst of life's endless demands and distractions, there's a part of us that craves peace, a calm that feels just out of reach. We might imagine ourselves escaping to a quiet mountain retreat, but what if peace doesn't require eliminating chaos from our lives? What if we could find it here, right now, in the thick of it all? The key lies in finding stillness within, rather than searching for it in external order. One powerful way to access this inner calm is through meditation. You don't need a silent room or an hour of uninterrupted time. Even a moment in your day, a few quiet breaths on your commute or a pause at work, can be enough. Start by simply sitting and noticing. Begin with a body scan. Are you comfortable? Can you feel the ground beneath you? Then gently shift your attention to your breathing. Notice if it's slow or hurried, deep or shallow. As you stay aware of each breath, expand your awareness to the room around you. Take in the space, the sounds, and the sensations without judging or clinging to anything. If your mind wanders, gently guide it back to the present, to your breath, or to the feel of the room. You're both an observer and a part of everything around you, a witness to the moment without needing to change it. This meditative state, even for a minute or two, brings a profound sense of calm. You realize you don't have to react to every thought or feeling. It's like watching a scene from a play in which you're an actor, yet also a viewer, detached and serene. This feeling of openness and connection with everything around you is a space of peace you can return to anytime. When chaos surrounds you, whether in traffic, during a tense conversation, or in the hum of daily stress, return to this place. By reconnecting to the stillness within, you find yourself grounded and resilient, even as life continues to whirl around you. Cultivate compassion and love for yourself and others who may also feel overwhelmed, and move forward with a sense of calm that's not bound to your circumstances. Each challenge is an invitation to practice this inner calm, transforming chaos into an opportunity for growth and self-mastery. Chapter 8. Developing Emotional Intelligence. Understanding oneself and our feelings is a key component of intelligence, which goes beyond knowledge and skill. Emotional intelligence, the ability to identify, control, and direct our emotions, has been demonstrated by researchers such as Daniel Goleman to significantly improve our relationships and quality of life. The capacity to navigate our inner world, which leads to greater self-awareness, empathy, and sincere connections with others, is known as emotional intelligence. It's an essential tool that enables us to behave intelligently rather than rashly, paving the path for more harmonious and satisfying relationships. Empathy training is the first step toward developing emotional intelligence. We frequently categorize people who don't align with our values as wrong or different, judging them through the prism of our own convictions. However, we can widen our hearts and brains by taking a step back and viewing others without bias. To be really empathetic, we must put ourselves in other people's shoes and let go of dogmatic notions of good and bad in order to recognize the variety of human experiences. Another essential component of emotional intelligence is self-awareness. Finding our strengths and weaknesses enables us to understand our motivations, areas of strength, and obstacles. We can learn, develop, and live a balanced life by accepting both our strengths and our faults. Being assertive is equally important. Being assertive involves respecting our own boundaries and politely defending our needs. It does not imply being violent. This ability allows us to establish priorities, resolve problems amicably, and say no when it's essential without feeling guilty. The ability to constructively communicate our feelings is maybe the most crucial requirement for emotional intelligence. Strong, resilient relationships are built on the foundation of healthy communication of our emotions, whether they are joy, frustration, love, or disappointment. Many people interpret this as a call for unrestrained expression. But true emotional intelligence is about consciously expressing emotions so that our words foster understanding rather than alienation. We become more sensitive to the cues our bodies give when we are moved by intense emotions as we develop the ability to identify and communicate emotions clearly. Understanding the underlying currents within ourselves is made easier by emotional intelligence, which, once revealed, brings peace. In addition to improving our ability to manage our own lives, this road towards self-awareness and empathy strengthens our bonds with those around us and makes room for development and understanding. Chapter 9. Achieving a deeper understanding of your emotions. Our emotions are a window into who we are, revealing our inner needs, fears, and strengths. With time and practice, we can become fluent in understanding these signals, empowering us to change, grow, and maintain a lasting sense of peace. Yet sometimes emotions feel overwhelming, like they control us more than we control them. It's in these moments, when logic seems to vanish, that we must ask, is this inevitable, Imagine if you could fully understand and manage your reactions, living in harmony with yourself and others, even during life's most challenging moments. The secret to this harmony lies in self-awareness, in uncovering the invisible wounds that shape our behaviors, often without us even realizing it. Unhealed, these wounds act as hidden barriers, keeping us stuck in patterns of pain, defensiveness, or avoidance. According to therapist Lise Bourbeau, there are 5 major emotional wounds that shape us: rejection, abandonment, humiliation, injustice, and betrayal. These wounds often begin in childhood, forming subconscious beliefs and habits that affect how we view ourselves and relate to others. By recognizing and healing these core wounds, we can begin to reclaim our true selves and experience freedom from limiting beliefs. The 5 core wounds. Rejection. This wound brings a deep-seated fear of being unloved, often leading to feelings of sadness and self-doubt. Healing begins by acknowledging your worth, practicing self-love, and learning to see yourself as deserving of acceptance and joy. Abandonment. Rooted in a sense of emotional neglect, this wound fosters a belief that you can't thrive alone. Healing involves building inner strength and self-reliance and discovering that connection is a choice, not a necessity for survival. Humiliation? The wound of humiliation stems from feeling ridiculed or limited, often leaving us with guilt and low self-worth. Healing comes from celebrating your uniqueness and reminding yourself daily of your right to happiness and self-respect. Injustice. For those with an injustice wound, there's a sense of being undervalued or treated unfairly, often resulting in anger and self-criticism. Healing involves embracing flexibility, silencing your inner critic, and reconnecting with your intuition. Betrayal. This wound emerges from feeling deceived or let down, creating a deep mistrust in others. Healing requires letting go, embracing vulnerability, and choosing to trust yourself, knowing you're resilient enough to handle whatever comes. Each wound presents us with a unique opportunity for healing and growth. Rather than asking, "Why do I feel this way?" we begin to ask, "How can I heal?" This shift in focus transforms our lives, turning past pain into a foundation for personal strength and wisdom. Steps to healing your wounds. 1. Commit to your healing. Healing is a personal journey. When you choose to confront your wounds honestly, you open the door to real transformation. 2. Accept your wounds. Let go of judgment and accept that these wounds are part of your journey. They don't define you, but acknowledging them is essential. 3. Listen to your heart. Take a few quiet moments to explore which of the 5 wounds resonate most. Your physical sensations, emotions, and intuition, not your thoughts, are the best guide to where healing is needed. 4. Forgive and release. Embrace your past experiences, letting gratitude replace regret. See yourself as an active participant in your healing, not a victim of circumstance. 5. Choose growth over judgment. Decide to learn from each experience rather than dwell on it. Every lesson offers freedom from the past, allowing you to move forward with a lighter heart. Healing is a journey of choosing compassion, self-respect, and resilience. By addressing these core wounds, you free yourself from old patterns, unlocking your potential to live a life filled with peace and purpose. Chapter 10. Redesigning your life to eliminate anxiety. Stress frequently fosters anxiety, which infiltrates and takes control of our lives. However, picture a life that has been restructured to prevent anxiety, one that is full of activities that promote resilience, serenity, and overall well-being. This chapter will cover key practices that can help you live a deeply peaceful life and reduce stress. Get moving. One of the easiest yet most powerful ways to enhance your mental well-being is to engage in physical activity. Exercise helps your body release excess adrenaline during stressful situations, converting tension into energy. Serotonin and endorphins, the feel-good hormones that improve your mood and reduce anxiety, are released when you move, whether it's during a vigorous cardio workout or a brisk walk in the outdoors. Enjoy a good night's sleep. An effective ally in stress management is a good night's sleep. By raising adrenaline levels, sleep deprivation can exacerbate stress by making us feel exhausted, agitated, and more susceptible to anxiety. Make sleep a priority to increase productivity, manage emotions, and get your mind ready to face the day with resilience and composure. Meditate. A peaceful diversion from the bustle of daily life is provided by meditation. By letting go of your anxieties from the past and your fears for the future, this technique helps you return your attention to the here and now. Meditation helps you discover a place of quiet in the middle of a hectic world by clearing your mind while you breathe and concentrate your thoughts. Learn to let go. The drive to control results is often the source of stress, although we are powerless over many circumstances. When confronted with an obstacle beyond your control, learn to accept it. You may not have any influence over outside circumstances, but you do have control over how you respond. Acceptance gives you resilience and self-assurance, enabling you to face life's challenges head-on. Have fun. Laughter naturally reduces stress. It makes any scenario feel less stressful and releases endorphins. Laugh, smile, and make time for the things that make you happy. A simple smile, even if it seems forced, might make you feel better and reduce stress. Accept fun and allow children's unrestrained energy to serve as a reminder of the transformative power of joy. Socialize. Connection is essential when life feels burdensome. We might be reminded that we are not alone in our troubles by talking to others. Even when spent online, spending time with loved ones increases happiness and produces oxytocin, also known as the love hormone, which eases anxiety and calms the mind. Keep a journal. Writing in a journal is an effective method for letting go of ideas and creating mental space. Before you go to bed, write down your anxieties to put them away and spend some time thinking back on your day's positive experiences. Journaling changes your perspective and help you concentrate on what's really important, whether you're doing it to express appreciation or let go of stress. By incorporating these strategies into your everyday routine, you can prevent stress and manage your anxiety. Making habits that promote clarity and calmness can help you become more resilient and confident in your capacity to find peace even in the midst of chaos. Conclusion. Anxiety and stress have become hallmarks of the 21st century, but with growing research and solutions, there are now more ways than ever to address them. As this book has shown, it is entirely possible to free yourself from anxiety and live a life of balance and peace. It may be a gradual process, but with commitment, patience, and persistence, a calm and centered life awaits you. The journey begins by identifying the root causes of your anxiety. Instead of merely coping with symptoms, seek to address and heal the core issues, aiming for lasting change. Remember, optimism can be a powerful ally. Every situation holds a lesson or a silver lining. Embrace challenges as opportunities to grow and cultivate a mindset that finds value in each experience. This book offers a range of tools and techniques, but take it one step at a time. Practicing patience with yourself will prevent unnecessary pressure and stress. Focus on one approach before moving to the next to maintain clarity and avoid spreading your energy thin, which can hinder progress. Change doesn't happen overnight, and it's perfectly okay to ask for help. Reaching out for support is a strength, not a weakness, and often takes great courage. By seeking guidance, you're taking an important step towards self-discovery and growth. As you deepen your understanding of yourself, mind, body, and spirit, you will gain the skills and insights to thrive. Self-awareness brings emotional mastery, allowing you to recognize and heal emotions as they arise. Emotions are neither good nor bad. They are signals guiding us toward what needs attention and healing. By embracing them, you allow emotions to become the compass that leads you to a life of harmony and fulfillment. Like any journey, the path to peace may have its challenges, but every moment offers something to appreciate. Obstacles become stepping stones for growth, teaching us that the true reward lies not in the destination, but in the journey itself. Embrace the path and let it guide you to a life of lasting peace and joy.